Malvern and Peridot theatre companies are very pleased to present the winners of our 2020 short play competition, Happy Endings. The Missing Champion, by Roger Price, was directed by Peter Muelling, starring Tim Byron as Sherlock Holmes, Keith Hutton as Dr. John Watson, Frank Shriver as Milton Stone, and Katie McPhee as Inspector Lady Kendra Jones, who all recorded in a COVID-safe manner from their own homes.
Hello, I'm Dr. John Watson. I was sitting in our rooms at 221B Brunswick Street, recording another of my friend Sherlock Holmes's brilliant cases. Holmes, for his part, had developed an obsession with his Stradivarius.
It's impossible to play with Stradivarius. What are they? These Italians, they're too temperamental. He does make a passable pizza, though. And remind me to talk to Mrs. Hudson about getting those stairs repaired, will you?
Of course, my dear fellow. Now, I'm undecided if I should entitle your last case A Tale of Two Cities or Crime and Punishment.
It's of little concern to me, Watto. Neither title is likely to endure in the annals of literature.
Good morning, Mrs. Hudson. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. It's a note for you, Holmes.
Thank you. Well, why is Mrs. Hudson so taciturn?
She hasn't got a speaking part.
No. Pray read the contents of the note, sparing no details.
Of course. Dear Mr. Holmes...
Please employ your finest Scottish accent, will you?
Dear Mr. Holmes, I'm hesitant to ask, but would it be possible for you to please pay the 385 weeks rent owing?
A financial mystery of epic proportions there, what?
There is a further line. A gentleman awaits without Holmes.
Without what, Watson?
Presumably without being let in.
All right, well, go and check the size of his wallet, Watto. Now, if it is suitably bulky, show him in without delay.
Hello.
G'day, mate. I believe I have the honour of addressing the director of the Melbourne Museum, Mr. Milton Stone, with a PhD in fine arts, a self-portrait hung in the Louvre Gallery, and recently returned from an extensive tour of Europe.
Oh, incredible, Mr. Holmes. Please don't call me Milton. Those close to me call me Mulstone. So do some who are further away. Your powers of deduction are everything I've been led to expect. How can you possibly know those things about me?
That's elementary, my dear Mr. Stone. You see, your company truck can be seen from my window there, and it bears the museum logo and your name. Plus, I had sufficient time before you arrived to Google your details.
What a wonderful reception, Mr. Holmes.
We do our best to be welcoming, Mr. Stone.
I mean your internet reception, Mr. Holmes. I'm still waiting for the NBN to arrive. But to the reason I am here. A dreadful robbery has occurred overnight at the museum. Fur lip has been stolen.
Fur lip.
Far lap.
That's what I said.
The iconic museum piece, the famous racehorse from the late 1920s, Holmes.
Well, I assume then he must be stuffed, Watto.
Well, he's not in peak condition.
He is our most popular exhibit, Mr. Holmes. Please make every effort to retrieve our unique treasure.
Well, it's a true tale of, whoa, Mr. Stone. Anyway, Watto and I will harness our energies to solve your nightmare loss.
I'm so pleased, Mr. Holmes. I had concerns you might be a naysayer. Can I give you a lift to the museum, gentlemen?
Thank you. No, we'd be much too heavy for that. Look, we'll meet you there shortly, all right? But please arrange for me to interview your overnight security guard, will you?
Of course, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye then, until later.
And business. Mind the stairs. There is a further note from Mrs. Hudson, Holmes. Right? Dear Mr. Holmes, please pardon me mentioning it, but money is owing for some 203 cooked breakfasts.
A mere bagatelle, Watson.
I think they're baguettes, Holmes.
Well, what more does Mrs. Hudson have to say?
I'm preparing haggis. How would you wish to respond, Holmes?
Look, make a dinner booking for me at my club, I think.
Very sensible, Holmes. Now, this is a case of some puzzlement, Holmes. I trust it will have a happy ending.
Yeah, look, I think I see a sinister figure lurking by the street entrance. I think we should exit via the back window and go down the downpipe. Hey, my dear fellow?
Is that the arch-fiend, Professor Moriarty?
It's worse than that, I'm afraid. It's one of the predators.
The cafeteria of the Melbourne Museum, a few minutes later.
Hey, Watto, pay the cabbie, will you? There's a good bloke.
You have a remarkable turn of speed, Holmes, when money needs to change hands. There's Mr. Stone.
Welcome, gentlemen. I've arranged for you to interview the guard on duty last night. Jeremy Holiday, usually known as Hippie Holiday, over lunch in the cafeteria. I've taken the liberty of ordering chicken pies all round. Last month's special, a bargain at $10 each.
Oh, I seem to have mislaid my wallet. Would you do the honours? Thanks. What a tip.
Naturally, Holmes.
Well, if it's not my old friend and adversary, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson.
It's Lady Kendra Jones of Scotland Yard.
Late of Scotland Yard, now Inspector with the Victoria Police, here to investigate the mysterious disappearance of
Farlap.
Farlap.
Farlap? Doesn't matter. Look, how did you discover this crime had occurred, Inspector? Mr. Stone engaged me privately in order to avoid any widespread panic.
Oh, we have our own sources, Mr. Holmes. Actually, a keen-eyed member of the public alerted us to the empty display case.
Yeah. Well, don't assume it's just an open and shut case.
Please join us for lunch, Inspector.
A little condiment for your pie, Inspector?
I told you we have our own sources, Dr. Watson.
Here is Hippie now. Take the seat next to me and enjoy a chicken pie. Heavens! Hippie has collapsed.
This man is dead.
There have been complaints about the catering, but I didn't take them seriously.
Oh, put those worries out of your head, Mr. Stone. This... This pale, ornate Persian sword in his back did the damage.
Not quite the happy ending you had in mind, eh, Watto?
But that sword is from our ancient weapons collection. I must return it immediately.
Happy holiday gone. I have to find out what happened here last night.
Have no fear, Inspector. I shall return momentarily.
Holmes?
Where's he gone?
I believe I have solved this hitherto baffling case.
Oh, amazing, Holmes. Enlighten us, do, while I take copious notes.
Well, it may have escaped your attention, Inspector, but Mr. Stone carries with him at all times an upholstered sheep.
Haven't liked to draw attention to it, Mr. Holmes. I thought of it as just a harmless foible.
No, it's most certainly a sheep, Inspector. Now, at lunch I observed some frost on the sheep's nose, which is unusual for such a warm day. So this led me to the bowels of the museum where there is a cold storage unit. Ah, Mr. Stone, not so fast. Please return to your seat as I proceed.
I assume now the loss of fur lip will never be solved.
Not so. To continue, Inspector, if you examine the rectal passage of the sheep, you will discover a sword-shaped cavity.
Is it the whole story, Mr. Holmes?
By no means. I deduce that it was from there you drew the sword and caused Happy Holiday's demise, Mr. Stone, or should I call you Milford Sound, leader of the Kiwi Recovery Party, which is vowed to repatriate all of New Zealand's lost treasures to their home country. Now, as evidence, I found in the museum's freezer the missing champion horse, plus Rebecca Gibney, she was there, Neil Finn, and Russell Crowe, all ready for air freighting. I believe that evidence is sufficiently sound to convict you. Sound.
Oh, astounding, Holmes. Will they be all right?
Well, the celebrities will be Thor for a short while, but I'm afraid to say the horse will never race again.
Allow me to take the perpetrator and the credit, Mr. Holmes. Come with me, Mr. Sound. And could somebody please dispose of Happy Holiday hygienically?
No, wait. Just to finalize my notes on the case, Mr. Sound, why, if you were the guilty party, did you seek to involve the world's greatest detective?
I was sure dementia would have set in after 120 years of continuous investigations.
And so it was that Sherlock Holmes solved a case of such delicacy that even the general public were unaware. Until now. Only one question remains. Why would New Zealand want Russell Crowe back?